Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here and watching on TV. Mayor's report, just a few things here. I want everybody to be aware each year they do a no sales tax excuse me, for clothing, personal computers, and school supplies. That's a 3-day period beginning 12:01 a.m. on Friday. That'll be August 7th, 8th, and 9th. So just so you're aware of that. It really doesn't pertain to, we don't have any blood drives, but I had an email from the Red Cross today issuing an urgent need for blood. So if you have any blood drives that you're aware of, please consider donating. You can also go to redcrossblood.org to find out where those blood drives are. Apparently they're very, very low. I hope everyone had a chance to see the big train when it was here the other day. I wanted to thank Hermann Ambulance and the EMS squads for being proactive and calling mutual aid for extra ambulances because it was so hot. So that was a very good and positive thing. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Brought an awful lot of people to town. And on August 2nd at Casey's, they're doing a fundraiser. They're going to do a wall memorial on that big concrete wall. Dedication for first responders, Sergeant Griffith and Officer Solentrup. I believe it starts at 11 and it's an all-day event. They'll have raffles and so forth, I'm assuming. So if you get a chance, try and support that if you can. And that's all I have. City Administrator report.
I only have a few things as well. The good news is that our sales tax for July is $7,896 more than July last year. And the deposit we get in July represents May's receipts. So we must have had a really good May, which is great. If you haven't already seen, please do go look at the Landmarks Commission new website. Michael Morgan, who is a fairly new member to that commission, he built it, put the whole thing together. It's really good. It has a place where people can get the historic guidelines, links to resources for research, frequently asked questions, information about the process for obtaining a certificate of appropriateness, meeting information, and etc. So it is really good, and we have linked it to the city's website and Facebook page as well, so people can have plenty of access to that.
Do they have the recommended colors on that somewhere?
I think they do.
He's pretty thorough with what he does. So.
I just had somebody ask that 3 days ago.
Oh.
I'll tell them.
Kelsey, will you follow up on that? I know it talks about the palette.
Yeah.
Is there a link to the
Or
actual
maybe we're a
colors?
link to
Yeah.
somewhere else that has it.
Yeah, I'll double check.
Okay, thank you. So we had a planning and zoning meeting scheduled for August 5th. That was going to have a public hearing at this board on August 24th, but that just got canceled today. It was going to be for the continuation of a conditional use permit, but that has been canceled. We did get confirmation that we are getting the Missouri Blue Shield grant. And they had said if we'd get up to $50,000, I think because there's so much participation now, we're getting $28,985.50, which is still great. And we're getting radios and repeaters with that money, right?
Yes.
Great. So last week, Tim Schulte, the presiding commissioner, had invited the city to come to a meeting at the courthouse regarding capital quarries. Dolores, myself, Chief, Jesse and Todd all went, and they had a room full of people there and representatives from capital quarries just to discuss kind of their plans, what the community should expect, what kind of things were causing issues. And so I guess the end result of that is that we posted 25-mile-an-hour speed limit signs too on that portion, our portion of the road, which isn't much. It's from 100 past the B&H or to the B&H driveway. So we did that just so that they would be aware. Jesse felt like if any slower, that those big trucks wouldn't get up the hill very well. So we did that, and Capital Quarry said that they were going to, they were willing to spray it's chloride, I guess, for the dust control, and to sweep up the rock that falls off the trucks and try to get their drivers to tarp their trucks as well and remind them to be mindful of the speed limit. They're independent drivers, so it's not like it's their employees. They did explain, which was kind of interesting, that they seismograph all their blasts, not just the ones that they're required to. They do them all, and they keep them at 25%, the level of 25% size of the blast that they're allowed to. So trying to be a good neighbor by not doing everything they're legally allowed to do, but keeping it at a level that's not too disruptive. So they're trying to be a good neighbor. Everybody understands that it's, there are some issues with those big trucks going through all the time, and it's going to go on for a while. So, but anyway, it was good that the county called that meeting and to get all the folks in the same room. Gas bill. I had been talking to you about the gas rate. Due to the polar vortex loan being paid off, that becomes effective this month. The bills that are mailed out this month that are due August 15 are going to be the first bills that reflect that 10.5-cent reduction. So I'm glad that is happening. I'll just make mention that you remember the Spade project, which is up north at the interstate, is the company who needed us to move our gas line for their construction project. We got kind of stuck being the middleman because we're the owners of the gas line. So there is some paperwork shuffle, but they're being really great about paying us in a timely manner. It's just happening really quickly and easily, and I think they're on schedule to have that wrapped up pretty soon in August. So that is good as well. Jesse's been out, so I haven't gotten a public works update, but I didn't hear any problems today. So that's good. That's a good day when there's not like a serious problem that I do hear about. So I think all is well. Thank you.
Thank you. Tourism report and economic development. Excuse me.
The Hermann Visitor Information Center at the Amtrak station, I'll report on that first. Sharon Meyer continues to add annual events to visitmo.com and several other free marketing outlets for us. She also helps some businesses get listed on visitmo.com. She's also working on the paperwork to start a not-for-profit organization for the train station, the caboose, and the parking lot. Lisa Kleinschmidt continues to lead the inventory management of all the rack cards, visitor guides, maps, and more. She's doing an outstanding job with that. Anita Watson held our first volunteer training meeting, and even though we only had one person attend, that's still a win. And there were other people that offered to volunteer, and she'll be working with them to get them trained. We have a soda machine that was installed last week by the lockers, thanks to Soup Steers. We're excited to have Calvin's root beer in it, and we know our visitors and locals will like it down there as well. Tony and Anita washed the windows at the Amtrak station, inside and outside. They even took the screens out and did the whole bit. Those coal trains coming through are getting pretty dusty. Anita and Lisa had a Visit Hermann information table at the Missouri Farm Bureau Agritourism Conference at Hermann Farm. Moving on, Rob and I worked on MyFest marketing. We did a special newsletter, social media posts, and a one-sheeter on everything happening that weekend, thanks to the Hermann Arts Council, who did a great job organizing the event and keeping that history going. We've completed the Gateway to Grace tour and the Gateway to Agriculture itineraries, both of those with the Gateway Arch and Riverboat Cruises and Perry County Heritage Tourism, and we're working on the marketing plans for each of those tours. As part of that, I attended the Travel Alliance Partners, or TAP conference in El Paso on Sunday, left on Sunday, June 7th. This is a conference to promote Hermann to group tour operators, and it's the third time I went with the Gateway Arch and Riverboat Cruises and Perry County Heritage Tourism. And those new itineraries were received very well, and we have several group tour, bus tour groups that are excited about those and hoping to bring groups hopefully in 2027. Since there were so many new and expanded events happening in June and July, Rob and I sent out a special newsletter to all of our business partners, letting them know what all was going on so they could plan accordingly. In June, Rob did a great job on wrapping up the MMG and MPD grants reporting for FY26. Tammy will say a big attaboy. That was his first time doing that, and it's a lot of details. And thank you, Tammy, for working with him on all of that. He's also been working on implementing our MMG marketing plan for FY27. We have 2 new billboards on I-44, one west of Lebanon and the other at St. James that y'all approved. And I can't wait till I go down there and see our new billboards. We hosted over 15 teammates from Explore St. Louis, which is the St. Louis Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with Kenna from MoDOT, the Missouri River Runner. Anita Watson gave them a tour of Hermann. They had lunch and shopping time and then got back on the train to go back to St. Louis. So many of those folks had never been to Hermann. It was their first time to Hermann, so great to have our Explore St. Louis partners know a little bit more about Hermann. I attended the Chamber's Workforce Development meeting that they had back in June. I also attended the Amazon Community Outreach meeting in Montgomery with Tricia. We worked with Chief Walker and the Chamber on the safety and communication plan for Freedom Fest. And this quarter, we worked with several travel writers and magazines. We have one feature article going in Group Tour magazine, which features Stonehill Winery and Vintage Restaurant. We also hosted 4 journalists and 1 host from Great Britain. This was huge for us. They came in on the train from St. Louis, they toured our businesses and headed to Kansas City the next morning on the train. And the train was on time, both times, so we're very excited. The group came to us through Explore St. Louis because of the new direct flights from St. Louis to Great Britain. So far we have gotten 2 articles published from those journalists, and we have more coming soon. We also have an article going in Meat magazine. A journalist came and visited with us for the day, took her around, showed her our meeting venues, so in the next issue of Meat magazine, we will be featured in that, as well as Missouri Life magazine, and we're going to be part of a story about Missouri's small towns. Bus tour groups, last year, for the whole year, we had 24 bus tour groups, and so far this year, we have 23 bus tour groups scheduled, and we just had 2 more bus groups reach out to us, so we're really excited. So that exceeds all of last year, and I expect we'll probably get 2, 3, maybe 4 more yet for this fall and Christmas, hopefully. And then social media marketing, Rob continues to post daily on Visit Hermann's Facebook and Instagram pages, and sometimes also on Pinterest. The MORPAC Legislative Committee and the Amtrak Missouri River Runner, our legislative committee has been strategizing for the Missouri River Runner for funding for FY28. Unfortunately, I was unable to make it to a meeting a couple of weeks ago with the governor because I was out sick. But we do hope to host legislators and the governor and first lady on the Amtrak very, very soon. And we have to have some meetings with key legislators because we do not want the funding for Amtrak to go away. We think we're solid, but we just never know with the upcoming season at the Capitol. Exciting news, Missouri River Runner closed FY26 with record-setting results that demonstrate strong public demand and the measurable value of Missouri's continued investment in passenger rail. The River Runner served 825,000 passengers, the highest annual ridership recorded since Missouri's state-supported passenger rail service began in state fiscal year 1980. So we're so excited. Ridership increased 8.5% over the previous year, while passenger revenue reached $7.7 million, an increase of 12.7%. These results ranked the Missouri River Runner first among all 10 Amtrak Midwest routes in both ridership and passenger revenue growth. It was also the only Midwest route to achieve double-digit passenger revenue growth during FY26. Ridership increased during every month from January through June, producing the strongest start to a calendar year in the route's history and showing that the increased demand was not driven solely by the FIFA World Cup. So we're very excited about our Amtrak marketing efforts.
So, yes, and what is your role in Missouri River Runner?
Well, I was the marketing chairperson and gotten that effort started, but since then, MoDOT has hired someone full-time to really raise the bar in marketing the Missouri River Runner. So we've got a great team, we've got a great partnership with all of the convention and visitors bureaus, tourism directors, all along the Missouri River Runner, and that's really what's making the difference. And in fact, we've had other states come, zoom in on our calls, so that they learned what we were doing. So we definitely consider ourselves the show me state in that
She's
situation.
been a big part of that, so congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. We're really, really excited. But it does take everybody to promote the train, for sure. And in case you didn't know, the big boy made it to Hermann last week and made some major history in Hermann. It was definitely hot. It was extremely hot. It was extremely busy. And on behalf of the tourism team, I want to give a special shout out to Chief Walker, Officer Telke, Dispatcher Lisa Kopich, Gascony County E911, Gascony County Sheriff's Office, Hermann Area Volunteer Fire Department, Hermann EMS, Hermann Area District Hospital, New Haven Ambulance District, Montgomery County Ambulance District, Osage Ambulance District, Cole County Emergency Services, Owensville EMS, and the wonderful, amazing crew at the inn at Hermann Hof, who all jumped in to provide services for our citizens and our visitors. And because of each of them, everyone remains safe and healthy. So what a great team effort that was that day. So Chief, thank you, and to all of your partners. So thank you, and thank you for the support of everything that we do here in the tourism department. So if you have any questions?
Any questions?
What? So when is the big boy coming back?
Well, so
4
this
years?
is, it was here in 2021, or 2022, 2021. And so that was 5 years ago. So we're hoping it won't be another 5 years because, gosh, what an amazing event that was for us. And last time it came in September, so hopefully it'll come back in a better month than not the heat of July for us. But again, we are so incredibly honored that it stopped in Hermann because it was viewed in St. Louis, but you couldn't get up super close to it. And then, you know, it passed through, stopped at Pacific. It didn't stop at Kirkwood. It did make it a mechanical stop in Washington, so they got lucky. And then from, you know, we got the stop, and then it went on to Jeff City to be housed for the night. So we were very, very fortunate that we got that. And luckily, no one was hurt and all the good things. Everybody stayed healthy.
Yeah, it was a good event.
Yes, great.
Yep,
Brought a tremendous amount of people to our town.
sure did. I had one business ask me what we were going to do this past month, like today,
Yeah.
because it was so good. All right, thank you.
Any questions? Thank you so much for what you do. We appreciate it. We have no public comments, old business. We're going to move to new business. We have a discussion on the city investment policy. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor Cox. I have talked to Tammy and Tricia, Tammy and Tricia a couple times over the last couple of years about possibly investing more of our monies into CDs. And I do understand that the bank agreement, all the money that is now in the checking account is getting interest. It's probably 1.81 or 1.42 or something of that nature right now. And that the interest actually goes to each line item in that account. So if it's general fund, the general fund gets whatever their portion would be. The 1.5 cent sales tax get their portion, arts council, and go on law enforcement, which is the way it should be. I guess there's a couple things. When the city invests the money, it's my understanding that there is no check issued. It's just a transaction that Tammy and Trish sign at the bank, and there's no paper trail at all. They just make a general journal entry from the checks to the investment. I guess the auditors don't have a problem with no paper trail, I don't know.
Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
There is a paper trail for everything that we sign. I have folders on every CD as far as like what's invested.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if you issue a check, it would be on our list of invoices to be paid,
I see.
but it's not on that, so
I see.
I wouldn't have any clue that you invested 50,000 or 10 or 5 or whatever, unless I looked at the balance
After
sheets.
it's done.
Actually, on the cash and investment report that you'll get every month, it would be on there, identified.
But again, that's after the fact.
After the
I
fact.
think is what you're saying.
Yeah. And, yeah.
And then I just did a really rough estimate of if the city would invest in CDs, we could possibly make 50 or more, 50,000 or more a year, I'm sure, if we invested in some CDs and more CDs. And the only other things I have is, I think our investment policy that we have was adopted when in
2010,
2010.
back when you were here, predates me.
I think it needs to be updated for sure. And also the job descriptions for the city clerk and the finance clerk, they need to be updated on what is happening or how it's being handled now compared to what it was years ago. And we also need to update the city code section 160.010 and section 160.020. They need to be updated on what the city's policy is right now and how we're handling things.
And what are those references?
It was our section
Yeah,
1.
what are they referring to?
These are referring to investments that we have and what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Okay, you just spouted out 160.010. I didn't know that everybody else knows what that is, and I don't. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have those sections with me right now, Trish, but I did notice that they need to be changed. They need to be updated to what our policy, it's under finance and general provisions, deposit maintenance fund, and manner of payment of money and all that stuff. So that was the only thing I had. I just, since I almost made $5 million in interest when I worked for the city, it's an issue I think the city needs to make as much money as possible.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think during
That's the only thing.
one of the prior meetings when this came up, I think I said that once budget was done and year end was done, that Tammy and I would take a good hard look at it. We did just invest $500,000 from the 78-cent sales tax last week, and I've identified 5 or 6 other places where I think that we can invest and probably come up with that additional $50,000. Yeah, we're happy with trying to find some way of providing any information that you all want would be fine. You know, that's the way it's been handled since 2010, as far as, you know, the city, it said the city clerk, we can change that to finance clerk. The city clerk under the supervision of the city administrator, and in the absence of the city administrator, the mayor shall manage the city's investments in accordance with this policy. But if you all want to change that to something else, that is definitely your prerogative. Yeah, so we do have some information for you. Do you want to go ahead and pass out what we pulled together? Probably not anything you don't know, but maybe just an easier way of looking at it. So that first page You get this identical information on your cash and investment report every month, but it's just pulled together in an easier way to read it. And it just, there on the left is telling you the funds, and how much of those funds are invested in a CD, what the rate is, how many months the CD is for, the purchase date, maturity date, and the bank that it's in. So right now we have total invested $2,138,310.65, and that includes the $500,000 we just invested last week. The next page on there is interest earned on CDs in FY26, the year that we just finished. Again, this information is going to be duplicated on there, but it just breaks it down per month. So you can see that in 26 we made 56,025.17 on interest on CDs. And in 25, about the same, 57,054.28. Those are the CDs. And then those other pages are the bank interest, which has been a huge blessing. So if you actually look at your very back page, I think that's 2023. And if you look to the far right-hand corner in the gray where it says 42,636.01, that's what the bank interest used to be until First State Community Bank gave us an opportunity to get that increase, which we jumped on. And then I reached out to the two other banks and said, hey, this is the deal we're getting. Can you match this or do better? And they did. And so based on that, you can see the next year, in the far right corner, down the bottom again, it jumped from 42,000 to 120,000 that we made in just bank interest. And then it goes up even more the following year when those other two banks get on board, and that was the peak. So far, it was 181,784.93 just on bank interest. So that's been a very fortunate thing that has happened. So that's just icing on the cake to the CDs that we've invested. Yeah, and we'll do some more. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? Any discussion? All good? All good. We'll move to ordinance.
The ordinance on for this evening, bill number 2026-31, an ordinance to approve an agreement to purchase real estate from Heartland Legacy Development LLC. And this is, as discussed previously, purchasing of that lot along or next to, or that could possibly be including a part of the city landfill.
Everybody understand? I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve 2026.
Yeah, I got a question. Attached to this one on Exhibit A, underneath description, it says lot 18 and 20 on East First Street.
Is it 01?
It should be East 11. A typo there.
Okay, so we have a correction on the street. I have a motion, we make that motion with the amendment.
Yep, but I'll make that same motion with the amendment.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
So carried. We need to do that the second time?
Bill number 2026-31 for second reading, an ordinance to approve an agreement to purchase real estate from Heartland Legacy Development LLC.
Second reading, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. That's the only ordinance. We'll move on to motions. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
I have corrections.
I was gonna say,
Well,
was
Okay,
gonna point
you
out
have
a
a correction?
correction. On the special event application, it'll be on page 4. For the Big Boy steam locomotive, I failed to put in who seconded the motion on that. And I have since updated that on the minutes.
Was that Ash you second?
It was.
Okay. Any other corrections? If not, do I have a motion to approve with the correction?
So moved.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Bills. Invoices for payment.
I'll make a motion to approve paying our bills.
I have a motion to pay the bills, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Approve the annual, excuse me, approve the annual Motorola Solution Service Agreement for our radio equipment. Any questions on that?
Yeah, what equipment, whose equipment? Is it
It's
police
the
or
police,
who?
it's the police, the equipment, the Motorola, it's a maintenance and software. They have to update the software, I think annually, and then it's maintenance on those radios. Do you want to say anything else about that?
Any other questions?
And that is in the budget, correct?
Yes.
If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Approve the low bid of $32,965.20 from Water and Sewer Incorporated for storm pipe.
And you have Jason's recommendation letter here that it's for the West Street project.
So is this coming out of street or what? Since it's stormwater?
I think it's half cent. I'm sure, yeah, it's half cent.
And it is in the budget, correct?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the bid.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit 10 Mill Brewery Hermann Harvest Festival Amphitheater, September 26, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit Hermann Farm Distillery and Lionheart Whiskey Company, Missouri Bourbon Festival, 2258 Highway 100, Copper Mule Distillery, August 1st, 2026. Have a motion to approve that one.
And this is in the city limits, correct?
Yeah, they're having it at that lower portion that was annexed in.
Yeah.
Just,
I also have a question on this. This is this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
Saturday.
okay. So they have still have time to get all their paperwork correctly?
So,
Wait, there's 2 events, I'm sorry.
This is the first.
This one is the Missouri, this
Okay.
weekend is the Missouri Bourbon Festival, and then next month they have the Copper Mule Bourbon
If it's
Festival.
not on city property, I think they can get it quicker. They don't have to wait for our approval and the recommendation letter, is that right?
they have a letter, or a permission letter from the property owner, so.
They just have to wait on us.
Yeah, they don't have to wait on us.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
You good? We have a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Picnic liquor license, St. George Parish and School Dinner Auction, 128 West 4th Street, September 19th, 2026. Motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the Hermann Pickleballers Pickleball Tournament, City Park Pickleball and Tennis Court and Pond Pavilion, September 12th, 13th, 2026. Motion to approve that.
Move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the Hermann Area District Hospital Auxiliary Scott and Liz Concert Fundraiser Amphitheater, September 5th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for Michael Morgan, the temporary Halloween street closure. Requested street closure of West 7th Street between Washington and Jefferson Street and Gaethje Street between 7th and 8th Street near the Herzog Mansion, starting at 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. for pedestrian safety on October 31st, 2026. I don't know if anybody's been over there.
Yeah. Kelsey has, if you need context. Have you been? I haven't.
I haven't been in contact, but I went by there last year. Yes, we definitely need to close the street off. There were so many people there. I mean, it's an event. They do a wonderful job, and the word's out.
So if anybody else in any other section of town asks for the same thing, we'll have to approve that, right? They want to close some streets off.
I think we would have to consider the circumstances of what they're doing. I mean, this one, I personally have been there and seen the volume of people. I think and I was driving and it wasn't really a
Well,
good
if someone else picks up on what they're doing and they want to do it over here, then we would have to basically do the same thing, correct?
I think to be fair,
Okay, just asking.
no, that's just my feelings. Any other discussion on it?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, right?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We don't have any reports. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, right?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Stay cool.